I'll get them seated.
Okay.
Okay. Missy.
Sit down.
I'm gonna give you like an extra 30 seconds after you make the turn.
Okay.
Gosh, I haven't even really gotten to say hi.
So if you want, you guys want to come up and
Well, you said to wait till you.
well, let's move closer.
Okay.
You and your, now we're waiting for Mary. Okay. Where is Mary?
I just saw her.
Great. Where is your mom?
She might be tinkling. Give her just a sec. Go sit.
I guess, wait, is there only 4 seats up front?
So you're not going to have that out, are you?
No.
Bree, where is Kristen sitting?
Good afternoon. Welcome to the wedding. Now is a great time to silence all those cell phones. The ceremony is about to begin. I invite you to join us in a spirit of love and celebration.
Cry? I'm so hot.
This is going to be so much fun.
This guy on the show.
You did it. You can do it. Your
Nice, okay.
Please stand to greet the bride.
Everybody's looking at you.
Who presents Brianna in marriage?
I do. Love you.
Please be seated.
Dragging a major branch. I think I brought a whole tree with me.
Good, Bree.
Let your presence be welcome. Let your hearts be glad. For everything there is a season and a time and purpose for every matter under heaven. This is the time, and this is the amazing place to honor the marriage of Brianna and Carter. We've come to do all those things, old and new, appropriate to such an occasion. To say solemn words, to confirm a covenant, to recognize in this event the place of family and friends and the human community, to laugh and to cry, to sing and to dance, and to feast. Above all, to rejoice in love and all its glorious possibilities. As guests, your presence here today blesses the marriage of Carter and Brianna. You're a very select and special group, invited here out of love and the desire to share the experience and the joy of this day with you. It means everything to both of them that you join them to celebrate the love they have for one another. You are here to witness and to bless and to hold these two accountable to the words that they will speak to one another today, should the need ever arise. They are grateful for the love and the support that you've provided over the years, individually and as a couple. And they thank you for being so significant in their lives. Carter and Brianna joyfully celebrate this life-changing moment as they witness the merging and melding of two families into one larger unit with the simple title, family. And good friends become part of a larger supportive community. Two very important members of Carter's family and his supportive community, his grandparents, Opal and Harry McMillan, live in South Carolina and were unable to be here today. We send them our love, our respect, and our best wishes. Carter is a Stephen King fan, and I found a great Stephen King quote about saying thanks. Hug and kiss whoever helped get you financially, mentally, morally, emotionally to this day. Parents, mentors, teachers, friends. If you're too uptight to do that, at least do the old handshake thing. But I recommend a hug and a kiss. Don't let the sun go down without saying thank you to someone and without admitting to yourself that absolutely no one gets this far alone. So lots of hugs and kisses, thanks and well wishes await as you enjoy this lovely, transformative day together. In the joy of this day and the sweetness of the images we seek to hold forever in our minds and our memories, we are also reminded of those who are no longer with us. We pause for a moment today to honor the lives, the love, and the inspiration of Brianna's grandparents, Stella and Kenneth Corbett, Wilma and Donald Bluemiller, and Arlen Mobley. Without question, we know that they would have loved this occasion because they so loved you. And we know too that they're surely here in spirit, blessing and gracing this day, this marriage. If we are lucky, we have a sweet love story, a treasured story that is shared joyfully and added to over time. Our love stories remind us of the potential, the hope, and the possibility of new beginnings. Our memories strengthen us and sustain us in challenging times, reminding us of the power of love in our lives and in the world. And I have the pleasure today of telling a story that brought them and all of us to this singular time and place. Look around at the beloved family and friends who come to share this joyous, intimate day. Cherish this time. Cherish this gathering. Cherish every experience that brought you here to a day that you have carefully and intentionally crafted to express your best hopes for your wedding day and every day of the marriage that begins today. Bree and Carter met when they were 15 and 16-year-old high school students. Yesterday, yeah. Even then, they recognized that the person they met at a mutual friend's house was special, smart, and funny. They lost touch with each other and met again a few years later, of all places, at a wedding, September 26, 2015. They call it the day. They call it the day they re-met and say it was love at first, maybe second sight. Carter was a guest and Bree was catering. And when they bumped into each other, she was hard at work, moving chairs to the reception. She considers it a fortuitous meeting. She was given a choice of 2 weddings to work that September, and obviously, she made the right choice. Bree says she had no idea she would be running into acquaintances from high school, let alone her future husband. Brianna stuck around that after the wedding festivities, and the 2 of them spent the rest of the evening and weekend talking, reconnecting, and catching up on each other's lives. They say their dating was not traditional. Bree flew to Seattle less than a week after they re-met to spend time with Carter, who in true Carter fashion used a Groupon to take her out on their first date.
Nice, Carter.
You're saving money.
As he reflects back on that evening, he calls it romantic and said they were both clearly smitten. By December, their families were celebrating Christmas together, and they were packing up the U-Haul to move Bree and Rosie to Carter's home in Seattle. Carter and Bree both recognize and celebrate the meaning of the expression, when you know, you know. They fell in love quickly after more than a decade apart. Perhaps they spared themselves some of the drama that comes along with teenage romance and relationships. Perhaps they know, too, how lucky they are to have met by chance, but not really, at that September wedding. Carter says falling in love with Bree was like nothing he had ever felt before. And Bree says that she had never truly experienced that profound understanding of the one until Carter entered her life again. Their love continues to grow, and their relationship continues to evolve. Carter deeply appreciates Bree's decision to join him in Seattle. He says she brings fun to their life together, makes them smile, and keeps things in perspective. He respects the love and care she has for her family and calls her smart and passionate about the things she cares about, including the future that they share together. And Bree says there is much to love about Carter. He is creative, artistic, smart, focused and passionate about his work, hobbies, and family. He's a terrific son, brother, and friend. He makes her feel unique and special and beautiful and loved, and he makes her laugh every single day. It was the day her grandmother passed that Brianna knew the depth of Carter's caring and compassion for her, and his ability to support her in her grief. She knew that day that she would always be okay with Carter by her side. Their domestic talents and interests complement each other very nicely. Bree appreciates Carter's joy of cooking, while Carter says he is baffled by Bree's enjoyment of laundry.
Way to go, Carter.
They have a ritual of cuddling on the sofa with the dog Rosie, to watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, and they play lots of games and Yahtzee. They've already created a solid foundation together in Seattle, and they look forward to building their own family in the near future, perhaps here in Colorado. Gets a round of applause. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
This day, so full of joy and love, is also a day filled with anticipation. The promise of an enduring marriage, of facing the world together hand in hand, and supporting each other and a family through the triumphs as well as the challenges that await. In December, Carter began planning an elaborate proposal because, in his words, asking Brianna to marry him was the easiest decision he ever made. Bree calls Carter's proposal that last September a total surprise that she will never forget. She says Carter was just the right amount of sneaky to trick her into getting off work early to attend a company holiday party, only to end up at Cary Park, a scenic overlooking Seattle, with Carter down on one knee. It was an amazing, rare, sunny winter day in Seattle, and the park provided a stunning sunset view overlooking Puget Sound, with majestic Mount Rainier in clear view behind the city. Wow, that's never happened. When Carter asked her to marry him, Bree had a wonderful answer. I would absolutely love to marry you. I think she's still saying it, as a matter of fact. Did you know that during the proposal, a local photographer decided to shoot a quick video of the romantic scene unfolding in front of him? That young man, a sophomore in high school, was able to find Brianna on Instagram and sent her the video. The two of them were so wowed by this happenstance that they asked him to take their engagement photos. Not only did he do a terrific job, but it's just another contribution to their love story. Carter and Bree, I invite you to bring that same profound and genuine feeling of love that marked that day in December 2016. That will ever be the Christmas miracle here to this moment. See the love, the joy, the thoughtfulness, and the anticipation for a lifetime together in the eyes of the beloved who stands before you right now. This man, this woman, who will stand before you with eyes and a heart filled with love for all of your days. Brianna Corbett and Carter Mast, do you come to this significant threshold in your lives, committed to honoring your marriage and your love for one another for the rest of your days?
I do.
Good. I invite Kristen to come forward to share a reading from Robert Fulton's book, From Beginning to End, entitled Union.
You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you have been making commitments in an informal way. All of those conversations that were held in a car or over a meal or during long walks, all those conversations that begin with when we're married and continue with I will and you will and we will, all those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe, and all those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows you're about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we promised and hoped and dreamed. Well, I meant it all, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have done many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dance partner, even teacher. You have learned much from one another these past few years. Shortly you shall say a few words that will take you across the threshold of life, and things between you will never quite be the same. For after today, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, this is my wife.
All right, please share the vows you have written to pledge your lives to one another.
Carter, I will never forget the night I met you, and I remember vivid details, like thinking you were cute and unique, and having a heart-to-heart so we could get to know each other. I remember being bummed that we fell out of touch a few years later, and wondered what you were up to and if I would ever see you again. I truly regarded you as the one that got away. Life moved on in our 20s, we took very different paths and had very different experiences. 2 years ago, neither of us knew what the future had in store, but I never could have imagined what was about to happen. Meeting or re-meeting the true love of my life. I will never forget that night, and I remember vivid details. Like turning around when I heard you say my name, feeling like I got the wind knocked out of me when I realized it was you. Thinking you were cuter than ever, and having a heart-to-heart so we could catch up on the past 11 years. I remember having a pit in my stomach thinking I'd never see you again, and I knew I couldn't let that happen. Choosing to jump in 150% with you. Moved to Seattle after just 3 months with you. To say yes when you asked me to marry you, these have been the easiest and smartest decisions I've ever made in my life. I have never felt so much like myself around somebody else. I've never felt so adored and appreciated for being who I am, while at the same time being respected enough to be pushed to be the very best version of myself. Likewise, I love you so much that I accept and appreciate exactly who you are, yet I respect you enough to hold you accountable for also being the best version of you. There are so many things I love about you. You are so smart in so many ways. You're the craftiest dude I've ever met. You're fun and funny, and you make everyday life extraordinary. You have fulfilled a part of me that has never felt complete. I can't imagine a better partner to grow my life, my future, and my family with. I thank the stars every single day for guiding us back to each other and for giving us a second chance. I believe we have something so special and so unique, and I will never take that for granted. Standing here today looking at you, saying these vows to you, is so special and so important to me. I know that deep down, without rings on our fingers, and without a proper wedding, you and I are strong enough to make it happen. But I wanted to tell you in front of our closest friends and families that I choose you. That I'll choose you over and over and over without pause, without a doubt, in a heartbeat, I'll keep choosing you. And I choose you in 100 lifetimes, in 100 worlds, in any version of reality, I'd find you and I'd choose you. I know we don't know what the future holds. I know there will be times when we don't see eye to eye, times when it's hard to empathize with one another or understand each other's point of view, times when life is going to knock us down and throw us curveballs. But I promise I will show up every day. I promise I will listen. I promise I will have your back. I promise I will work with you and not against you. I promise to bring my whole heart and soul into this marriage. I promise to love you unconditionally. I promise to not give up. Carter, thank you for loving me. Thank you for believing in me. And thank you for marrying me. I love you today and always.
See what I can do here. Alright, so Bree, here we stand in front of each other on the verge of making a lifetime commitment to one another in what promises to be an unforgettable day for both of us. After today, we will become one, us and our families united by our commitment to one another now and forever. Sometimes I hear people say that getting to this point represents the culmination of hard work, perseverance, dedication, and the pursuit of common goals. And while this certainly applies to us, to me this sentiment at times can make it sound like getting married can be a challenging task, some chore to be accomplished. Sure, we've worked hard. We have both persevered through challenges, and we do in fact share many common life goals. The truth be told, in getting to this point, the point where we've made the decision to share a lifetime together, has, without a doubt, been the most effortless, fun, enjoyable set of life experiences I have ever had, and is one of the easiest decisions that I have ever made. This is not to say that there have been no challenges for us, or that there will be no challenges ahead, but my love, gratitude, and respect for you are stronger and more powerful than any obstacle we have faced or we will face. And looking at our life story, for me, it's a story about discovery. Rediscovering the past, discovering the present, and discovering the future with the women I never thought that I'd be lucky enough to have. So let's start with rediscovery. We've now all heard the story of how I reconnected, the happenstance that brought us back together. But I do want to revisit this story briefly, at least the part where I get to tell everyone here about how it made me feel seeing you again. I'm going to try and set the scene. Imagine Bree setting up tables, chairs, hair thrown up in a messy bun, lipstick smeared, mostly on her lips, but also all over her teeth.
I looked really good.
It was a true hot mess. Well,
I will.
I remember thinking she looked like she must have just rolled out of bed. and knowing her now, considering that was like 3 in the afternoon, that was probably true.
Right. Okay.
But that first look, my heart was racing, thinking to myself, oh my gosh, this is Bree Corbett, is one that I will never forget, despite the hot mess in front of me. When we saw each other, it truly is as if we both knew in that one moment that rediscovery of each other was the start of the rest of our lives together. Moving forward in our story to discovering the present, Bree, you have taught me so much about how to be a better person, how to love unconditionally, and how to enjoy every single day together. Through you, I have discovered what it means to be happy and filled with joy. What it means to have someone who, no matter what my day was like, I look forward to coming home to and spending time with. We discover new things about each other all the time, and I know I won't ever lose the excitement we have for one another and how to make the most of our lives together. Then last, but certainly not least, the portion of our story that is about discovering our future together. I will say it now, and I'll say it again. Today you are making me the luckiest and happiest person that I know. No matter what the future holds for us, I know we will embrace, support, and cherish each other through it all. I can't wait to see what we will accomplish together, the things we will experience, and the places we will go. I am so excited to start a family with you and see the wonderful mother that you will become. From this day forward, I promise to be your lover, your best friend. Nice. Your best friend and confidant through times thick and thin. I promise to care for you and to put your needs and our family needs above my own. I promise to be the best man that I know how to be for you now and forever. You will have my love, faithfulness, and devotion. I promise to support and encourage your dreams, to respect your feelings and perspective, and to honor and trust in your moments. The last 686 days since we rediscovered each other have been the happiest, most fulfilled days of my life due entirely to you. You are so smart, so beautiful, and an absolutely amazing, unique woman. You have brought so many wonderful elements to my life, and for that I am forever thankful. I'm so in love with you now and always. Let's never forget this moment and what got us here, and let's always continue to discover each other and our lives together as husband and wife.
The cloud cover.
Thank you for sharing your beautiful promises and your history with us. That's beautiful. All right, Carter and Brianna, please join your hands, and with your hands, your hearts. May we please have the rings?
They better be in there.
Nailed it.
Couples have exchanged wedding rings since Roman times as outward symbols of their marriage vows. Wedding rings continue to evolve and express personal tastes, lifestyles, and interests. Carter says finding the ring of Bree's dreams was very fun and something that they wanted to do together. He knew she was hoping to find a vintage ring, but he was a little worried that it might be too challenging to find. As luck would have it, when they set out to go shopping, the very first store that they went to had exactly what she was hoping for. The setting and the diamond date back to the 1930s, and both were locally sourced from a neighborhood near their home. Bree was also amazed by the fact that the owner contributes a portion of all profits to orphans in Africa, a place near and dear to her heart. Best part of the shopping experience, the glass of wine served by the shop owners after the purchase was finalized. I was thinking Starbucks, Seattle. Carter's ring is an expression of his love of woodworking and has a gorgeous wood inlay, which they also picked out together. May your marriage always be as strong and radiant as the precious materials from which these rings were created. May these rings, so lovingly and joyfully chosen as symbols of your love and your marriage, serve as enduring reminders of this beautiful day and the promises that you have made to one another. Please exchange your rings and your vows with each other.
Carter, on this day, I marry my best friend, the one who shares my life, my love, and my dreams. Carter, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and devotion. I offer you my heart, my hand, and my love. I join my life with yours to cherish and to protect you as my husband. With all that I am, with all that I have, I honor you as my husband forevermore.
On this day, I marry my best friend, the one who shares my life, my love, and my dreams. Brianna, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and devotion. I offer you my heart, my hand, and my love. I join my life with yours to cherish and protect you as my wife, all that I am, all that I have. I honor you as my wife forever.
Thank you, Carter and Brianna, for inviting all of us to share in this very sweet moment in your lives. Indeed, in all of our lives. As we close our ceremony today, I invite everyone here to pause for a moment now to offer good wishes to Brianna and Carter. All those dreams and intentions that you have for your lives together, maintaining your unique individuality and perspectives, tending to your relationship, keeping it safe so that it's never lost in the busyness of life, no matter what. Indeed, Carter and Brianna, those are our deepest wishes for you today, tomorrow, and every day. It's our hope that many years from now, the two of you will be able to look at one another and say, because of you, I have lived the life I always wanted to live. Because of you, I have become the person I long to be. May you never lose faith in your friendship, the marriage that we celebrate today, and your unfailing support of one another. We wish you courage to continue to keep the vows that you have made, and good fortune to find even greater tenderness, comfort, and joy in the love you share. Support each other and your marriage with patience, honesty, and understanding. May your home always be a place of laughter, goodwill, and mutual respect. May you love and fulfill each other always. Go in peace, live in joy. As an ordained minister and life cycle celebrant, I pronounce you husband and wife. Brianna and Carter, please celebrate your marriage with your first kiss as a married couple.
Hi, ladies.
All right, and I have the joy and pleasure of introducing for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Mast.